Hello everyone, this video is going to show you how to save and kill everyone in Man of Medan. Following this guide will earn you the Not a Soul Survivor achievement or trophy and the That's Something I Suppose achievement or trophy. The easiest way to do this in my opinion is to save everyone first, because you can use the save you produce to kill everyone whilst only having to replay a few chapters afterwards. So I hope this helps some of you out. Let me know in the comment section if it did, and thanks for watching. So the first step in this guide is to make sure that Brad drinks a beer with Conrad. Do this by picking the relaxed option when you have a choice of dialogue. This will ensure that Brad gets sick and is the first step to ensure he is not discovered by the pirates later. Next, you need to make sure that Julia decompresses after her dive with Alex. If you don't do this and she drinks a beer in the next chapter, she'll die at the end of the game. Picking the cautious and then the reluctant dialogues ensures she decompresses. When the pirates board the boat and interact with Conrad, you'll need to make sure you don't fight back as Conrad. Doing so will lead to Brad being discovered by the pirates, which we don't want to happen for this guide. Pick the agitated then the compliant dialogue choices to ensure that Brad stays hidden. When Conrad attempts to escape via the boat, if you miss the first Stay Calm QuickTime event, Conrad will be captured but he will survive. If you attempt to escape on the boat, you'll have to complete a few more QuickTime events to escape, and if you miss the final one, Conrad will die. Also, escaping on the boat locks you out of a chapter later in the game, which is one of the better chapters, and it also contains collectibles, so if you want those, it's better to get Conrad to stick around. Throughout the game, you'll be able to find a few weapons. You'll be able to find knives as Alex and Fliss, and Brad finds a wrench which he can take. To ensure that nobody dies, don't take any of the weapons. The first weapon you can find is a knife in the kitchen as Alex. Then you can find a knife as Fliss in the cargo hold just before she goes into the ballroom. And you can find a wrench as Brad in the top area of the cargo hold. I'm showing you where these are so you can purposely avoid them, because again, you don't want to pick these up. After Fliss is captured and is being escorted by the pirate Danny, they'll eventually come across a room with what appears to be someone sitting in it. When Danny realises that it's just a hat on a stick, he'll knock it to the ground. Be sure to check this hat as Fliss, because it helps with killing everyone off later if you're after that achievement. Pick up the hat and look at it until you see the symbol in the bottom left corner of the screen. Shortly after that section as Fliss, you'll gain control of Brad again. He'll board the ship and come looking for the others. When you reach the locker room, interact with the locker on the right side of the room and Brad will get a jump scare. After walking away from the locker, it will pop back open. Go back and check it once more to obtain the gas mask. Brad needs this gas mask to ensure he doesn't hallucinate later in the game. If you enter the toilets as Brad, you'll want to make sure you complete the Stay Calm QuickTime event in there to ensure he is not caught by the pirates. When Fliss enters the ballroom, you want to aim to get through the section quickly. Head to the back right of the room immediately to pull the switch and lift the curtain. Then head into the area that opens up and head straight for the door that is to the right of the coffin. This allows Fliss to get enough fresh air to stop hallucinating. The key to this next part is where Fliss stands for the majority of the time spent before Brad shows up. There are 4 collectibles that are in this area, so if you want to get them, you'll need to be quick and not spend too much time exploring the room. Look inside the coffin as quick as possible to get the Manchurian gold secret, then grab the book on the barrel that is on the right side of the room you first entered, but simply flip through the pages to get the secret found message. If you spend too much time on that side of the room, Fliss will hallucinate when Brad shows up. Next up, go to the opposite side of the room and look at the sparking wires. Finally, go back to the room with the switch and there is a white frame picture on the wall of that room. Then just wait around in the room with the switch in it. This will ensure that Fliss doesn't spend that much time standing around in the gas and she won't hallucinate when Brad shows up. Doing this will mean that Brad and Fliss will stick together in the next couple of chapters. When Brad and Fliss reach the room with the floor grates and the ladder on the wall, make sure you take a look at the rusty spade in the left corner of the first room, so that when you pick the character that needs to grab it, they will find it fast. If Brad heads down the grate, then choose the option to search so that Fliss will pick up the rusty spade. Then smash the hinge with it to free him. If Fliss dropped down instead of Brad, tell him to smash the hinge when he retrieves the spade to save Fliss. In the chapter where Julia and Alex are attacked in the water, choose the frantic dialogue option to stop Alex from potentially killing a pirate. I don't think this has an effect on your achievement, but it's better safe than sorry. When Conrad is attacked by the zombie woman, make sure you complete the QuickTime events to ensure he survives. Picking the run option when you have a choice makes this section slightly easier because it cuts out a stay calm QuickTime event. I'll put them all up on screen here so you can make sure you get them right. Then finally choose the confront option when you reach the end of this section. When Alex and Julia are being chased by the Alex double, make sure you nail all of the QuickTime events to ensure they both survive. You will have a QuickTime event, then a choice for which you should choose run, then another couple of QuickTime events and another choice for which you should choose to keep going. At the end of the section you will have another QuickTime event which you have to get right to save Julia. Just before you reach the radio, in the room that you have to mash a button to get into, you can find the logbook. You don't have to grab this now, but it's a good idea to remember where it is because you can replay from this chapter on the same save to get everyone killed, and you'll need the logbook to do this. When you reach the radio, make sure you say nothing. If you choose either dialogue here, it can lead to you all being killed at the end of the game. Make sure you send Julia and Brad down the hole when given the choice, and leave Alex, Fliss and Conrad behind. When Brad and Julia reach the engine room, don't flip the engine switch to turn the power back on because this will lead to Alex revealing your location over the radio. Shortly after the engine room, Brad and Julia will find the rebreather. Be sure to take it with you because this can help you save one of the pirates. When Olsen is freaking out after Brad and Julia find the rebreather, complete the stay calm QuickTime events. If you fail it, you will have to run from him, and doing so will mean they have to leave the rebreather behind. In between the second and third stay calm event, choose the assertive dialogue option to stay put. Choosing the other option will result in leaving the rebreather behind. When you run into Junior the pirate just after hiding from Olsen, choose the curious, then the worried, and then the desperate dialogue options, and then when you have the chance, grab the pistol from him so you can save Junior from the mist with the rebreather. After hearing the gunshot that Junior fires into the air, Fliss and Alex go looking for Brad and Julia. Alex will get a stay calm QuickTime event, but it doesn't matter if you fail it. Shortly after that happens, Alex will get a QuickTime event which you have to get right or Alex will die. If you've done everything correctly, you'll see Olsen die in the kitchen, then Alex will find a body covered in rats. He picks one rat up, but then he has to complete a series of QuickTime events. Make sure you get all of these right or you will destroy the distributor cap. Lastly, when Alex is attacked by the creature, do not attack it or say anything. You will have one QuickTime event in which you can stab the creature, and one in which you can either stab the rat that's ripping its way out of its stomach, or stab the creature. Ensure you let these events time out, otherwise you will end up either killing Alex or Fliss. And that's it. If you've done everything correctly, everyone should survive and escape, even Junior the pirate. So, now let's move on to killing everyone. You can kill everyone individually, but the easiest way to kill everyone is to use your save everyone save. Providing that you've saved everyone, just load the chapter distress call from the main menu. Be sure to choose new save when asked if you want to overwrite, because if you overwrite you won't be able to load previous chapters from that save. When you begin the chapter, complete the dialogue and play up until you enter the room with the logbook I mentioned earlier. It's just before the radio and after the door you have to mash to get into. Read the logbook and ensure that you get the symbol in the bottom left of the screen. Now head to the radio and this time choose the instructive and then the anxious dialogues. Then when you reach the engine room as Brad and Julia, turn on the power from the switch just before you reach the room with the rebreather. Be careful not to head into the room with the rebreather because it triggers a cutscene and you cannot return to the engine room once you've viewed that cutscene. You should then get a cutscene in which Alex talks on the radio again. Then play the same way as you did before, but when you reach the body covered in rats, make sure you mess up the QuickTime events so that Alex drops the distributor cap. Doing this will get it destroyed, ensuring that you cannot escape. You'll have to do the final scene with the creature or Fliss again, and then when you complete the game, whoever is left will be stuck on the ship, and after the credits you will see a cutscene where the military shows up and shoots everyone because of what they know being classified, which will earn you the Not a Soul Survivor achievement. So, that's how to save and kill everyone in Man of Medan. Hopefully some of you found this helpful. Let me know in the comment section if you did. I'll link around some more of my Man of Medan content over here on the screen and in the description for you if you'd like to check that out. Have a great day everyone, and until next time, take it easy.